When we leave our offices, there is something of a disconnect from work life. Many people are unable to escape the work environment as they are unable to draw a clear distinction between the work and personal space, putting people at risk of stress and burnout. Switching off is extremely important for our well-being and productivity. It's about being able to focus our attention on something neutral, or at least away from anything that's causing us to feel stressed, worried, or down. An example of this is being able to stop work for the day and not then get caught up thinking about the next day or everything else you need to finish. Now, that's not to say that you should never think about anything that isn't happening right now. The point is that we establish control over what we think about and when we think about it. But did you ever wonder why it can be hard to switch off and why many of us struggle with this? Often our minds dwell on negative thoughts and certain outcomes or things that could go wrong. It becomes a problem when we become distracted or consumed by our thoughts and worries, to the point that it's detrimental to things like our productivity, our mood, our sleep, and our well-being. Even if we know that our worries and concerns are completely pointless, it's sometimes hard for us to momentarily disengage from them. Rumination is essentially thinking about something over and over again with no resolution, and usually has a negative or unhelpful swing. It is normal to worry from time to time. Worrying is a natural response to many situations in our lives that we might find stressful. However, chronic worrying can interfere with our ability to function normally. Often, we find ourselves worrying about a future or hypothetical event. We might try to predict what will happen and start to picture a negative outcome. Here, you are worried about what might happen rather than what will happen. Unfortunately, the thing is, no one can predict the future, and there usually isn't any real evidence that the negative event will actually happen. Over-focusing on these unwanted outcomes can increase your frustration, hopelessness, and future worrying. Here are some practical tips for you to integrate in your routine and hopefully help you switch off. Routine and boundaries are key when it comes to switching off, especially if we think about remote working. Drawing clear boundaries will enable you to switch off at the end of your day and rejuvenate. Pack your things at the end of the workday, change into some different clothes, and turn your work phone and notifications off. This can help you to draw separation between your work and home life. Saying yes to too many things can result in us not appreciating or enjoying them. It can also mean that we end up spreading ourselves so thinly that things don't get finished or we're not content with the outcome. In the workplace, people that find it hard to say no can end up with far too much on the plate, which can lead to underperformance, strained working relationships, and burnout. Saying no is also a way of showing yourself respect. Boundaries are a simple way of informing others how you like and expect to be treated, so saying no is essential for setting boundaries. This might mean saying no to extra work that's asked of you from a colleague if you already have too much on. Or it might be saying no to spending time with someone that adds to your stress or doesn't make you feel good about yourself. Focusing our attention for long periods of time takes up energy, so it's important to make sure you allow yourself regular breaks. The office space is often a social environment where people can go and have lunch together or be given opportunities to have breaks. Since things are a bit more relaxed and flexible at home, it can be easy to forget to have regular breaks. Block out your lunch break to have a meal and schedule your work around it. Stretch your body, make yourself a tea, or do something mindless like cleaning the dishes. Make sure you are not doing anything work-related during that time. Try new things to keep you engaged. Hobbies are a great way to reduce stress levels and keep you grounded in a present moment. This can be anything you like. The important thing is that whatever you do enables you to be fully immersed in the activity and not thinking about work or other pressures. So why not try something new? Doing something that you completely enjoy and love is a great way to relax. Try to turn off your business phone when you are finished with your work. If you are using your personal phone for business purposes, make sure to switch off all of the work-related notifications, such as emails or work communication portal that might interrupt you in the day. This is one less distraction to worry about. Going offline will help you reduce your stress and increase your productivity. Try to avoid the temptation to just check emails. Most of the time they can wait until the next day. It might be difficult to not talk about something that has happened in your workday, especially if something has caused you great stress. You might not realize how often you might be complaining about your work life to your friends, roommate, or your partner. Often complaining can affect your relationships negatively, particularly if what you're saying is not geared towards making proactive changes. Physical exercise is a great technique to give your brain a break. You should try to exercise for at least 30 minutes a day, 2 to 5 times a week. On your days off, unplug yourself from work completely. Try not to answer emails and avoid your home office if possible. Taking that time to recharge will help your mental well-being. You will feel more productive and energized. Focus on yourself on your days off. Working from home in pajamas may sound like a dream, but it's not the best approach when it comes to our productivity. After you wake up, make sure you get changed. Putting on working clothes can be a great way to maintain your routine and do the job as you would usually in the office. This doesn't mean a suit and a tie or a fancy dress, as long as you're working in different clothes than you're sleeping in. Be comfortable with what you wear. By doing this every day, you will be able to psychologically associate changing clothes with a change of mindset, therefore preparing yourself for the working day ahead. Everyone is different, so remember that not all of these tips may be suitable for you. However, you don't know unless you try.